Today I'm going to talk about the time when I was almost arrested by the twin good cop, bad cop Bald brothers while flipping phones here in my city, and what you can learn about it. Coming up next. Hey guys, this is Broke to Beast, where we make videos about starting your own business online or offline, as well as follow along my own journey. Before we start, if you like entrepreneurship and business content, make sure you go down below and subscribe because we post videos every day about helping you achieve your success. Alright, this story is from a couple months ago, on a day that I was phone flipping. I had just bought a phone. I met up with a guy at this bus station and I bought his Huawei P8 Lite for 100 euros and I was planning on selling it later on. And then I was walking back home, and near my home there's a post office, and I had to cash in a few of my phones. This is how it works in Portugal. Most of times, if you sell locally or to a person in the country, they usually ask you to send it through contra reembolso, which means that you send the phone, and when the mailman comes to their house, they pay the value of the phone that you both agreed on the delivery, and the check then comes to you and you can pick it up at the post office. This minimizes the risk on both parts, and so it's just safer, especially for the buyer. And so I had two checks that I had to check in of the two phones that I have sold, and so I went straight to the post office, and I also had another phone that I had to send. And so I cashed in the checks. I sent the package also with contra reembolso, the same method. And then I got out, and then I had to go to another shop down the road. While I was walking on the crosswalk, I heard somebody behind me shout at me like, say, "Hey, excuse me, can you just stop? Hey, excuse me." And I didn't think it was for me, but it was weird because I crossed to the other side, and as soon as I arrived at the other side, I heard the same voice again, and so I turned around, and there was this bald guy with glasses and a mean face on saying, "Hey, excuse me." So he wanted to make an investigation. They both said that they were doing a routine investigation in the area, and I thought that was weird because that doesn't really happen here. I mean, at least that I'm aware of. And the thing is, the business that I'm running is not exactly legal, and there's a line that divides both places. The first one is you don't have to pay taxes, and you only sell phones or sell some stuff, or you make money. Not regularly, you just make once in a while, and that's the way, and that's the area that I'm in. And the other area is where you do it professionally and you do it for commercial purposes, and you have to start paying taxes. And so I'm still, although I do sell more than once a month, definitely I should be in the taxes play in the paying taxes area, but I'm actually not. I'm using the excuse of not paying taxes because I just think it's not a good idea to get involved with taxes right now. And since I still have a student status, I can use that for now at least. That doesn't matter, that's politics. So they start asking me questions, asking me, "So what do you have in your bag?" And actually at the time I had long hair, and a lot of times people think about long hair here in Portugal with weed users and all that, and so it didn't help me at all. And so I started taking things out of my bag, and I had a few things that weren't the best to have in my bag because I had the phone that I just bought, and usually when you buy a phone, you need to have the receipt of payment. So I was kind of scared because, I'm not sure if I will get arrested for that. And so I started taking everything out of my bag. And the thing is, I thought it was just one cop, but then another guy arrives, and it's the same guy, but he's the good guy. It's literally like you see in the TV shows. It's the good guy, cop, bad cop. And they're both bald. They both have brown glasses. And their head is shaped like an egg. And it's funny as hell because it's literally the good cop and the bad cop. Because one of the bad cop was the one that approached me. He had like a whole mean face and everything. Got me a little scared. And then the other guy was like, "Oh, it's fine. Don't worry. You probably didn't do anything wrong." It was like totally contradictory. I guess it worked for them. I don't know, but yeah. And then they started checking my belongings, and they started asking me questions about a phone, if I had received when I got the phone. I told them that was that day. I just had bought a phone, and they asked me if I was doing this type of activity regularly or if it just was sparingly, and obviously I said sparingly. And then my receipt for the phone that the person had given me wasn't totally accurate because it wasn't the receipt. I think I didn't have I only had the receipt for a fixing that the person did to the phone. And so they had to call the station and see if there was anything wrong with the phone, if it was stolen or something, I don't know. But this guy was like 15 minutes on the phone, checking me up, looking at my ID, doing background check on me to see if I had any problems. And I was just sitting there, all my belongings on the wall, my bag, all my money, because I don't have a wallet, I just put money in my pocket, my keys, phones, like receipts, lots of stuff on top of the wall. And these two bald twin brothers trying to investigate me. And it was funny as hell. At the moment, I was a little scared because I don't know, I'm not illegal or anything, but you always have that idea that you did something wrong. I don't know why, at least in my case. So he hung up the phone, and at the end of the day, it wasn't, nothing was wrong with me, thankfully. And the phone wasn't confiscated or anything because it was legal, it was in legal entity. And so they just let me go with all the things on the wall. And the bad cop didn't even say anything, he just left. But the good cop said, okay, thank you, you're good to go, don't worry about it. And he just left. And so it was just a really interesting and curious topic. I wasn't really going to get arrested, but I could be charged for quite heavy crimes if they decided to, because I didn't really have the receipt for the phone, which is illegal here in Portugal. And so at least I didn't get charged for that. It was, everything went well. This is just to tell you that although it might be tempting to sometimes do illegal activities, especially while flipping phones, maybe selling stolen phones, which can be done, but you have to get rid of them fast, or conducting business in the illegal form without maybe writing written documents, bills of sale or warranties, all of that. If there's laws in your country that tell you that you should conduct this type of business in a specific way, I suggest you to do that. And because in the long run, sooner or later, something will happen. And even for myself, I have to start protecting myself in a few things that I know are not a part of the law. And I'm trying to do that. I already have a warranty, I have bills of sale, I have all of those documents in order. But other things also in taxes, I gotta get those things in order. But this is just to tell you that sooner or later, things might catch up to you, especially in other countries that are more strict. And it's not a good idea to have a black mark in your background, because in the long run, if you want, for example, to get a job in the future, it can be a bad idea. Or if you're gonna get a loan from a bank, or if you want to do business with somebody else, most of the times they will do a background check on you. And it's a good idea to have everything clean without any marks. Also, sometimes illegal stuff is linked to scams and to things that are not at what we say our word. So if something is not at the quality that you suggest when you sell something, then it's also not a good idea because it's also illegal. It's false advertising, and in the future that will probably also hurt your business and your brand. And so that's the part that I really don't suggest, because it can be illegal. I don't mind that. Some people go through that way or sell stolen phones. I've sold stolen phones before. So that's not the real problem. The real problem, I'd say, is damaging your long-term brand. Because if you want to build something that is sustainable for the future, you need something that people can believe and can actually, want to buy in the future more than once. Not just single-time customers, but future-time customers that also, they're evangelists of your brand and attract other friends and family to your brand. Anyways, I hope this video helped you out understand why doing illegal stuff maybe is not the best idea, and also entertaining the fact that a couple of twin bald brothers, good cop, bad cop, tried to intimidate me and see what I had in my bag, which I don't mind. I totally understand it's their job to do, but it was just a funny encounter. And if you like this type of content, please leave a like and subscribe, because we post videos every day to help you achieve your success with your business. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments below so we can have a conversation over there. And until next time, peace.